All right, so Foundations of Math 10, this is number 3C and number 5 I'm going to go over. So we did this in class just here recently, so I'm just going to do a quick video explaining what we did. So first of all, yeah, you guys have seen this already, so you guys can keep chatting, just whisper if you can. So you want to split this up into pieces. So the first piece is the circle on top, and that's area 1, and that's pi r squared. So the r is 1 unit, so we've got just pi as our first value. The second area is the wraparound part of the cylinder. So the wraparound part is 2 pi rh. So that's the circumference of the circle times the height. That's what gives you the length times the height of the wraparound part. And so that becomes 8 pi, and I'll convert these to decimals a bit later. The top of this is the tricky part. It's a big square, 5 by 5, so that's what we have here, 5 by 5. But then you have to subtract the circle that's covering it. So this is covering the top. So you have to take that area away from the big square. And so that's going to be 5 squared, 25 minus pi. So 25 minus pi here. Okay. Now each of these sides to this prism are the same. So we're going to do 4 times the length times width of this. That's 5 times the height of 1. And so that's 20, okay, for the wraparound, or for the sides of the prism. And then the bottom is unobstructed by anything. It's just floating there in space. So we're going to do 5 squared is the area of the bottom. That's area 8 on the bottom. So adding all these together, 1 pi plus 8 pi is 9 pi, minus pi is 8 pi, plus 25 plus 25 plus 20, that gives us plus 70. And so the exact answer would be this, 8 pi plus 70. The rounded answer to the nearest square inch would be 95. So that's your answer for number 3C. The other question that I did for the class was number 5 here. So let me go over number 5. I have the volume here. I'll do the surface area real quick. Again, I erased that already. But if you notice in this composite figure, we have a hemisphere on this side and another hemisphere on this side. So putting those together, really we have one sphere, right? One sphere when you put this half together with this half. So we can treat everything, surface area and volume, as one sphere. So for the surface area for a sphere is 4 pi r squared. And the surface area for the wraparound part of the cylinder that you see here, that surface area, so we'll call it surface area 2, is going to be 2 pi r h. That's what the surface area for that sphere is going to be. So when you put all that together, the radius is 3, so 4 pi times 3 squared. And this is going to be 2 pi times 3 times the height, would be this distance right here of the cylinder, right? That's going to be 8.5. So when you do this on your calculator and you add it to this on the calculator, you should get a surface area of 273.3 square centimeters. The volume is not much different. Again, one sphere, so the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed, or 4 pi r cubed over 3. And the volume of a cylinder would be pi r squared h. That's the formula for the volume of the cylinder. So if we're talking about all the space inside, you add up these two volumes and you should get your total volume. So just continue to plug in your radius of 3. Remember, this is a diameter of 6, so this is a radius of 3 here. And when you do all that, on your calculator, you should get 353.4 cubic centimeters. Okay, so that's 3C and 5A for you. Go back and review this video, pause it if you need to take a look at something specific, but those answers should line up with the back of the book.